All right, guys. I know we were supposed to have the group mentorship session right now. Unfortunately, we had a little snafu here. We scheduled it at 8 in the morning. Kanal runs his chat room at the same time, or his day trading video at the same time. So we can't run two at once. So I'm creating this video for you guys. I'm going to go over the site update. I'm really excited about this. I've been waiting for this for a while. Adding a ton of value to the report now. It's not just a daily report. You've got a course in here, a chat room. I get to communicate with you guys more. So it's going to be really fantastic here, but I got to go over some stuff with you. Now, there probably are going to be some issues in the first week that we're working out, but we'll get them squared away pretty quick. We've already had some issues with alerts, some of the site stuff. Contact swing at bullson.ws if you have any issues. And Kevin, Josh, they'll get that stuff squared away for you. But I'm going to go over some stuff right now. So let's take a look. I hope everyone had a great 4th of July weekend. I've been in Vegas for a week, so it's good to get back here, try to catch up on sleep. And I've been waiting to go through this stuff, so I'm really excited about this here. Let me share my screen here, and we're going to get to it. You can see the site. Now, this is, I'm in the swing page right now. So you're going to go over into my account and courses. If you click in here, it'll tell you, it'll pop down in here and tell you what you have access to. You're going to go to Swing Trading Chat Room and On Demand Bootcamp course, which is fantastic. So you basically, guys, now have a swing trading course within the report. So, and I'm going to keep adding to this thing too, and we'll talk about this in a second. But you're going to click right here, and if you're a member of the day trading stuff, or the big 60-day boot camp, you have access to those as well. But we're focused on the swing trading right now, so we'll click on that. And this is the page here. So it looks a little different than it did before, but you have access to so much stuff now. So first off is the current swing report, which you're going to have right here. And then if you go down a little further, barely at all, you have the recent reports, and you can click through here and you'll have access to, I believe, everything. I don't know how far it will go back here. Now, there's a trade alert here. This usually won't be there. I had to push these as a report because we were having issues. So that won't be there. It'll just be swing trade reports. Now, then when you go down a little further, you have trade alert notifications. And you're going to click here. And as you can see, you'll have the recent, and there are no, actually there are two of them now. So you have the most recent trade alerts, which are on Friday. We got into Roku in Brazil, talked about those in the report. We don't need to get into that part of it right now, but you'll have access to the trade alerts. So that's right there. And I think the most recents will be right under here. So really easy to get to. Now, this is important, guys. If you want to get the trade alerts via email, you're going to put your email address in here and hit subscribe. I know most of you had done this already. You're going to have to do it again. So put your email in here, hit subscribe, and then you'll get the trade alerts via email. Now, I'm assuming we're going to go back to text. We're still working on that. I don't think the text alerts are going to come through right now, but I think they will. So for now, it'll be email and in the chat room, which we'll talk about in a second. You have to join the chat room. Ton of value added, plus I'm going to back up everything in there. So you're going to get the trade alerts via email right now. Set your email notifications up on your phone. And then here, really big, two things here. One is the swing trading chat room. It's going to be through a site called Discord. And you can see here is the chat room right here. And we'll talk about the chat room stuff in a second. But getting set up here, you're going to do that through here. So you're going to hit launch chat. I think you're going to have to create an account and sign in. Once you do that, you have access to the chat room, and we'll talk about what we do in the chat room in a second. Now, I'm going to back up. I have a trade alerts section in there, so I'll back up the alerts in there, and I will also back up the report videos in there. Now, you won't have the text part of it, like, you know, where we've written out. I always write out a small summary of what's in the video, then my focus lists and the different lists. That you won't have in there, but you will have the video. I'll post the video every day in there as well. And then you have the swing mentorship workshop. So we were supposed to have the group session today. We've had 17 of them so far. So if you click here, you have access to all of them. So you can see here, we click in here. Now the most recent one should pop up. You can see here, you can watch the video of the most recent one. And then let's see how we do this. I'm still getting used to everything. Right here, it has 12 of them. I think we have more than that. We'll get that straightened away. But as you can see here, you have the old ones as well. Really important to go through these because as you guys know that have been watching these things, I always start these off as some kind of lesson. So we've got about 16 or 17 different lessons built up. So that's a course within itself right there that we continually build on. And we try to do these twice a month, once every couple of weeks. Next week, I'm going to go over the 2019 first half trades that we've taken, go over all the statistics, but we also do different lessons, as you guys know. So, and they're usually about 45 minutes to an hour. So there's a ton of content in here for you guys to be watching. So make sure you check that out if you haven't already. So swing mentorship workshops, they'll all be here. So that's nice. We've got everything in one place that we do now. So you've got the chat room, you've got the workshops. There's some information on how to use Discord, which is the chat room. So go through that. There is some new TC2000 stuff in here. You guys can sign up here. You get a discount. And then we've got some new features in there. To be honest, I don't know. I haven't gone through all this yet. So I will go through that in a bit. And then here's the big thing. I wanted to go over this with you today, but I guess the videos aren't up yet. We should have them up in a few days here. But you basically have a bootcamp course in here. So I've got a ton of different videos in here on all these different topics. You're going to want to go through this, and I'm going to keep adding to this. So continue to check this at least once a month. I'm going to be adding something new, and it's not just some basic stuff. We're going really in depth in terms of class. So basically, you're getting an in-depth bootcamp class, and I guarantee you this is going to be. I've seen some of the other stuff that people put out. This is the real deal. It's not like some of the marketing stuff you see out there. This is a real full class, basically what I do. So you're going to go through here. As you can see, if you hit introduction, it's a class. You would mark complete, but no videos up yet. Let's see if we've got anything up. Let me just go through this real quick. Doesn't look like we have any videos up yet, but this is where your class is going to be. So make sure to check that out and I'll let you guys know once the videos are up. I did want to go through the videos with you guys today, but we'll do that on a different occasion. But that's the new course content. So the three big things. One, everything is on this page, and especially go through the swing mentorship workshops. I used to put a link in the report. I won't have to do that anymore because you can just go in right here. But the two big things now are the chat room and the course. And let's go into the chat room now. So if we go into the chat room, here it is. You're going to click on Bulls, and if you have any other Discord chat rooms, you can put that in here as well. But obviously, we're focused on Bulls on Wall Street. There's a bunch of other stuff in here related to day trading. I don't know what you guys have access to, but you definitely will have access to all of the swing stuff. And right now, I've created 4 different channels. We've got the swing alerts, the swing general, swing strategy, swing charts. So let's talk about that for a second here. If we go to, let's go to the outline. I have here what we're going over today. Now, a couple of things I want to talk about with the chat room. Number one, we've got the subjects. General, that's going to be basically anything that's not in these topics here, any general questions you have, any general things we want to talk about, any administrative stuff. Like today, I had to tell you guys, one, that we were going to have the group mentorship session, then I had to tell you we were rescheduling it, and I'm going to put the video in there. So any general kind of stuff that we need to talk about. 2, strategy. So any types, I'll be posting strategy tips. If you guys have any comments on strategy, if you've gone through the swing mentorship sessions and you have any questions about strategy, or you want to add some of your own value in terms of strategy, put that in there. So if you see here, I've added one thing so far. If we go under strategy tips, I put a strategy tip: when a sector is popping, always look at correlated areas. For example, if housing is popping, look at, furniture stocks, look at Home Depot, look at Lowe's. So any kind of these types of strategy tips, and it looks like some people liked it. Awesome. But I'll be putting a lot of different strategy tips like that in here. If you guys have anything to add, go ahead and add it. This is a community for you guys. It's not me running the show. So I want you guys to be really involved. The alerts, that's the only thing you guys can't post in. I'll be posting as a backup alerts in there as well, so you can have your Discord chat up. The phone app is fantastic. It's even better. The desktop site is nice. The phone app is even better. So make sure to download that on your phone, and you can set up notifications for whatever we post in there. I'll be posting charts, and you guys, this is more for you guys. If you guys want to post charts, you guys see me every day. I'm talking about all these different charts I'm watching, and occasionally I'll post charts as well. But this is for you guys. If there's some charts you guys want to talk about, you guys can talk about it. And if you want others to comment on it, maybe you're not sure about a certain stock, let's say BA, you post BA's chart in there. I'll chime in on what I think of it, and any other members can chime in as well. We haven't added this yet. But we'll add something off topic if you guys want to talk about other things. Keep this stuff really tight. I want it to be really focused on the topics and what we're talking about here. I don't want it to turn into some of the other chat rooms I've seen where it becomes a lot of wasted time and you have to wade through a bunch of garbage. I don't want that. We can use off topic for that. And that kind of relates to some of the rules that I want to talk about here. I really want this to take on what I believe is a good chat room. So number one, I want it to be a friendly atmosphere. We're all friends here. I don't want it to get into complaining or flame wars. If you have anything you want to complain about or any issues, contact me personally. I don't want it to become a spot where we complain. It's about positive attitude. When we come in there, we want to be happy. We want to get to the things we want to talk about. So don't get into battles with anybody, basically. Constructive criticism is okay. You guys can talk about, if I send out a trade alert, I have no problem with you saying, hey, Paul, why did you enter this position? I don't quite understand, maybe it's a breakout pullback play and your strategy is this, but this seems a little different. That is totally fine. We can do that. But what I don't want is complaining or flame wars. But constructive criticism, totally okay. I love constructive criticism. Those of you guys who have done mentorship with me, we do a lot of that back and forth. That's fine, but no complaining or flame wars. Absolutely no politics. That often leads to complaining and flame wars. Now, the only time we can talk about it, you've seen me, like, I'll mention Trump, but I'm not going to get into, talking about what my beliefs are on that issue. What I am going to talk about is if Trump has said something and it's going to impact the market or a certain sector or a certain stock, we have to talk about that. So in that sense, politics is okay. And I know it can be a slippery slope, but just make sure it's related to what we're talking about with the stocks or how it's going to impact the market. Totally fine. But we're not going to talk about what we believe. So none of that, no religion, none of that kind of stuff. We don't want any of that. Even off topic, I don't want anything to do with politics. So none of that can be in there. But again, if it relates to what we have to talk about, that's fine. Keep in mind about adding value. Now, that doesn't mean you have to be scared to post. I want everybody to be able to post there. But always think, am I adding value, or is what I'm posting going to get me value if I'm asking a question? And, ask away. Any questions you have, ask away in the chat here. This is probably going to be the best place for you to get any kind of information you need. So those are some of the general rules here. The main point is just, we want to learn and we want it to be a friendly atmosphere, positive attitude. Those three things, if we stick to that, it's going to be one of the best chat rooms out there. And that's what I want it to be. Okay. All right. So that's the chat room. Swing trading bootcamp course. We talk about that. Where are the videos? I actually thought there would be videos today. We've got so much going on though I'm sure they're going to be out there in a couple of days here. Once they are, I'll go over them with you. Remember to resubscribe for the alerts. And that'll get you email, Discord, text. We'll see in the coming days. We'll get that worked out, but we should be getting the text alerts back pretty quickly here. Be patient. Just remember, guys, any little issues we have this week, know that the issues we work through now, it's just going to turn this into a much better product than we had before. And it was a great product before, but I'm really excited about what we have now. Remember the mentorship workshops, and I'll do the Q&A. I'll try to do the Q&A later this week, but we've got the video going over what I wanted to talk about today. Oh, and one last thing, documents. So if we go in here, where was that? Right here. Okay. Under documents, if you remember in the report, under the daily report, I had some links to things. We'll read all this stuff. There's a position size calculator, a trading checklist, my chat with traders interview, and I'll put some of my other interviews I've done in here. And then the 23 laws for part-time traders. I'm going to start adding more and more documents in here and creating more as well. And as I do, they will be added in here. So so you can see there's a ton in terms of content for learning. You're going to have the documents area here. You're going to have the swing mentorship workshops, all of the old ones. And of course, you've got the new course here as well. So it's not just a daily report anymore. You've got all this other stuff. I was going to do the Q&A today. Well, obviously, we can't do that. Maybe we'll do that next week. What I'll do is I'll push the 2019 trade review for early next week, and then we'll also do the Q&A after that. And then also remember, guys, follow me on Twitter, Paul J. Singh, and then Instagram, The Real Paul J. Singh, because I'm posting a lot of stuff related to what we talk about in the report. And then sometimes if there's issues, we have the chat room now, which is great. But I do the Instagram stories, which will be helpful to you guys as well. So a lot of cool stuff. I'm really excited. Get to be in more contact with you guys with the chat room as well. So make sure to sign up for the chat room. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. The email is, the one I use for you guys is singjd1@aol.com. So if you have any questions, let me know. If you have any issues, which I'm sure some of you guys are having, swing@bullson.ws. Kevin or Josh will get back to you. So, all right, guys, that's the video. We'll talk pretty soon here.